Stop this fanfiction real quick.
With the speed of a wildcat, Jonas leaped into the sky and pulled off the sickest dunk. With surprise, Hogan spat. So impressed by Jonas's abilities, Hogan began to get crunk. Jonas watched with admiration as Hogan got down, as B-Coop descended from the skies. Upon Jonas's head, she placed a crown, which lit up his large, youthful eyes. After boogieing fiercely, Hogan turned to Jonas and said, "Ah, shit, I died. Brother, with your abilities I've taken away, let me take you to the McMahon watershed, where the ogre Shrek resides during the day." Thus, Hogan and Jonas worked their way down the river into the foggy and dank swamp lands. Jonas let out a loud shiver as he heard the distant sound of clapping ogre hands. Green fists in fury, knocking Hogan to the ground with a splash. Jonas looked around and began to scream blindly with fury, but he was stopped by a sharp crash. The sound of a cymbal pierced through the air, followed by guitars and dank beats, for this was B-Coop's symbol, the crown of mystical meats. Fuck my throat. Shrek was stopped in his tracks, paralyzed by the groovy tunes. Jonas and Hogan turned their backs, facing Shrek's bright eyes, which shone like moons. The very good. To his knees, his onion grenades falling from his hands. Jonas kneeled and picked up the onions with ease, and watched as they turned into white sands. Jonas, Hogan looked down at Jonas's palms and cut. Sweet mother of memes, this is the mystical onion dust, the key to this ogre's schemes. Hogan sealed the onion dust in a Ziploc bag, and the two continued on their way. Jonas stopped in his tracks at the sight of the mighty stag, who was standing in the light of day. The stag's coat glistened with swag. You could tell this guy could really swag. The stag's eyes pierced Jonas's mind as they glared straight at him. The stag appeared to be kind, but it was truly a minion of Kim Jong-un. I lost my spot. Fuck, where am I?
I lost my spot.
Kim Jong-un rose from the dirt as he was ready to lay on a world of hurt. Kim Jong-un was shirt. Underneath was an armored skirt. Brother, Hogan began to spurt. It's the almighty master.
Did he invent this himself? I don't freaking know.
With this blaster, Hocus handed Jonas a super soaker.
How can you do that while he's playing CS?
Jonas aimed at his head and blasted the poor Joker. Kim fell down and he began to combust in a mystical onion-scented roast. Take that, toast. Jonas began to boast until he saw the Big K's ghost. Jonas, you were my bane. It is me you have slain. Take these scissors and cut the Macho Man's mane. Then you may watch his locks come down like rain. Kim handed Jonas the golden shears, and a wicked grin spread between his ears. Jonas and Hogan headed up the mountain once again. Up the mountain's paths they made their way, with heavy grunts and sighs. They were glad they spent like day working on their thighs. Fuck my throat. You got him. Jonathan Hogan treaded up the hill, craving Baja Blast. They were left to desire still the tacos of their past.
Well, that's you.
They had done the math. Without the bell, they would not survive. They gasped with joy. As they saw it on the path, the beautiful burrito hive. Jonas and Hogan strolled inside, expecting a massive wait, but there was no one else beside the eating area's roped gate. Good shot. Oh God. Jonas placed his order, 2 cheesy gordita crunches and a churro. It cost him $6.25 in the burro began to burrow. They drank their sacred drink and ate their cinnamon sticks. In their boost they began to slink, for this was a horrible trick. Jonas looked at his gut and held in the pain. His eyes began to shut as he fought in vain. Jonas drifted off to sleep, cursed by poisoned food. This is when things grew bleak for our heroic dude. Jonas woke up in a cloud of stink, in a pool of his own waste. Jonas's chances of survival were beginning to shrink. To live, he needed to make haste. He looked around to see a empty prison cell littered with the skull. He knew that he was in hell, and that he'd never seen Hogan. His only brother within this world was nowhere to be seen. Jonas's anger was unfurled as it had never been.
I'm just getting headshotted by that guy.
First, for this was Jonas's rage, finally at its worst. Jonas ran out of his hole and grabbed his golden shears. Sadly, his path was blocked by a massive troll holding 2 large spears. Jonas was blinded by fury as he ran at the towering beast, introducing him to the judge and the jury. Jonas gave the troll a knuckle sandwich feast. As Jonas's knuckles hit the troll's gaping maw, he fell to the ground with a mighty thump. Jonas was down.
Yo!
Big old
I would hire this guy as my butler.
Jonas worked past the fallen foe and through the smoldering path. He saw a brazier with a white flame aglow with the intensity of Satan's wrath. Jonas approached the flames and touched it with his hands.
Nice.
He heard
Might as
the
well just
chanting
use the damn
names of the fallen of the land. Jonas was paralyzed by fear. He knitted a good shaker, but a towering figure was growing near. The dreaded Undertaker. The only words that Jonas could hear: "It's time to meet your maker." The Undertaker grabbed Jonas's leg and threw him against the rock. "Come on, Jonas, it's time to beg," the Undertaker mocked. Jonas hoisted himself up off the stone and shrugged himself off. Jonas let out a long moan, and the Undertaker merely scoffed. "You killed Hogan, you monster," Jonas shouted with contempt. "I know Taco Bell is your sponsor, but you can just bet." Jonas charged at the Undertaker and hosted him into the air. He threw him into a large vapor and smelled his burning hair. As the Undertaker turned to vapor, he made one final scream.
It's like a poem.
"Hulkamania is dead. It is dead. Long live the Undertaker." Oh God, I'm dying. The Undertaker's burnt flesh was covered in scars and warts, and in the gray ashes he had left a gift in his surmise. A blue pair of new jorts. What a tremendous prize. As Jonas put on his new grip, he felt tremendously mannish, but something began to shift as he began to vanish. Jonas, now invisible, crawled into this hellhole.
Oh, that guy got a double.
The warmth of the sun.
Very nice. 2 birds with 1 stone.
Beside McMahon Shoal, he felt reignited with purpose as he scaled a large cliff. He
Yo,
could
what's
take out
up,
the
bro?
and make his body go stiff. It was time for Macho Randy. It was time for Randy Savage to get a vac ban. Upon a strutting ledge, he was put to rest until he saw a large wedge sticking from the mountain's crest. A silver flag wavered in the wind, marked with the steam symbol, the mark of the god Gaben. Jonas worked his way over, careful but nimble. He grasped the flag's pole, groping it with his hand, and then from a large hole, Gaben sprouted in a burst of sand. "My son, you must be weary," Gaben told John with honesty. "If you are not careful, your chances of survival are dreary. You must look into yourself and see the champ you know you can be. Do not give in. Kick out at 3. With that, Gaben vanished into the blue sky. Jonas continued on his way, picking up his weapon. The Macho Man would die. He would surely wreck him. As Jonas reached McMahon's peak, he looked around uncertain. Things were beginning to leak until he saw the fountain a-squirtin'. Jonas went up to his water and drank from its refreshing showers as he got ready to milk the Macho Man with his new power. Jonas turned to see the Macho Man approaching. Jonas knew it could be with Gaben's helpful coaching. He ran out at his flow of golden shears and grasp, but he put on a show for this gigantic ass. Jonas shouted at the Macho Man, "You can't see me." The Macho Man scoffed and said, "Oh, but I can." And then with agility, the Macho Man charged with speed, meeting Jonas in a crash. But Jonas' legs were stronger than a steed. Then the two met in a mighty clash. Jonas took his golden shears and pushed the Macho Man against a rock. Jonas then grasped at his ear and cut away a shimmering lock. Oh, fuck. Well, we'll continue this later. Next round. Oh, okay, we'll try. We'll see what we can do.
Keep going, brother.
Thanks, brother.
Jonas took his golden shears and pushed the Macho Man against a rock. Jonas then grasped at his ear and cut away a shimmering lock. Macho Man collapsed onto his knees as he locked eyes with Johnny. He began to splurt fees for forgiveness and mercy. Jonas simply shook his head and lifted the Macho Man into the sky. "You dead," Jonas said.
What?
That guy's fucking crazy, man. He's talking for like 10-15 minutes.
He talked the whole game. Where are we going?
Cowboy up and let's go.
What's this?
Oh, Wildcats.
Go, go, go!
Alright, you guys ready for some more poetry? Alright. "You dead," Jonas said, as he heard the Macho Man's
Oh my god,
cry.
this is Office from Gary's
Jonas
mod.
leaped into the air, Macho Man in hand, and took him through the ozone layer, way above the
From the
layer.
Office.
Yeah,
Like
but I
an
think it's
asteroid,
mod.
Jonas came down as the Macho Man screamed. They landed in the center of town.
Yes,
Always
first
dreamed. Jonas slipped off his pants and said,
Yeah.
"Alas, the Macho Man is dead. Now you may see me, a champ,
Already
like I
messed up
always
with
knew I
this.
could be."
I'm still loading in.
And that's the end of my poem. What did you guys think?
Encore!
Right on.
Brother, my throat is
Right
dead.
on, brother.
I don't know if there can be an encore.
Yo, jump.
Yeah.